engagement in administration in Congo Group, Lagos State, here in Nigeria. She has over about a decade of progressive experience as a certified human resource and professional. She brings a blend of legal expertise and strategic HR acumen to their role. And she holds several qualifications in the HR space, including a degree for graduate comprehensive knowledge and campus policy formulation, employee engagement, talent acquisition and retention, wealth of experience. Welcome. The next speaker, I think I should have apologized upfront that I'm going to push her settings. So that you understand. But you know, I work with corporate services and human resources manager from Allied Computers. If you join us, please say. As mentioned, this season managing corporate, not here yet. Okay, all right. But we just not here yet. Let's move to Charles Oluboyo. Charles Oluboyo, Chief Technology Architect, Research and Systems Architect, and Nigeria Limited. Charles is highly accomplished and Chief Technology Architect. Tries to use this technology to transformation and industry to 20 decades, strong foundation in electrical engineering. Big expertise from the infrastructure space, and I think because of the activities you will be able to relate to this webinars and how to do human development. And today, I think will not be totally unique to his space, and we will naturally share this expertise on how HR is actually using this digital age technologies to foster development and growth for different companies. Thank you and welcome, Charles. Welcome, Oli Semeyin Igben. That I got wrong, I know. It is a dynamic architect and fintech enthusiast with over a decade of professional and leadership experience in contemporary urban design and construction. Solid, not here yet.
In short, is the right one. Parishima is not here. Okay. And Temidara, Ann is here. At least I met Ann. Ann, before I pronounce your name as N, Ann Temidara, a distinguished operations leader with an experience of over a decade in driving operational efficiency across various organizations and sectors. As a chief operations officer at Asseco Software Nigeria, has demonstrated exceptional leadership in overseeing all business activities, ensuring operational policies aligned with strategic goals, maintaining adherence to regulatory requirements. Welcome, please. Hi, Anne. Welcome. We have Mr. Chinera Chinedu. Okay, Mr. Chinera Chinedu is a seasoned human resource professional with over a decade of experience in strategic HR management and administration. It's a group head of HR at Telnet Nigeria Limited. It's been instrumental in formulating and implementing policy and actually all functions of HR, that means Guys, you didn't give me the right names. All right, welcome and apologies. Chinedu, Chinedu. Excels in various of HR functions, including strategic planning, recruitment, and selection. I hope we will learn today about how your expertise have not become extinct as a result of these digital technologies. We face serious extinction. But as HR practitioners, we trust in you in your leadership to guide us today. Anyone that I've missed? Yeah. I did say that I don't have kids. Somebody must ask Kinsley to join me. And I'll ask Kinsley to introduce himself. Not unless, Kinsley, I have your name as a different name. Because I have two speakers who have not been able to make it. Kinsley, welcome. A learning and development specialist at 9 Mobile, right? Okay, you still have to correct that. You see, people who pick up your CV on LinkedIn, oh sorry, there's a LinkedIn person also who might just his name has changed. But he's a learning and development specialist and with over 8 years dedicated experience in the telecoms industry. And I guess we will hear a lot more about you and what you do in this session. Colleagues, let our session start. We welcome every one of you, especially you guys who are coming to speak to us about this interesting topic of the future of HR and digital age in the ICT and Fintech sector. And we also welcome those who are online, who are joining us online and who learn a little bit about this topic, but also hear about why Genesis is doing all of this, and the people in the room and those who are online. At the end of this session, we'll give about 15 or so minutes for you to also ask your questions so that this becomes as interactive as it can be. I asked my speakers to introduce themselves briefly and then also say about what they do in their companies so that we don't just take the glory ourselves as a Genesis Business School, but also hear from them and that we can be able to know what they do. But before we do that, as Genesis does the webinars as part and parcel of the development and the learning path for many of our staff, our students, because we run programs that are in the HR space, we run programs that are in the legal space, and what we'd like to do is not just teach what we teach in class, the theory, but what we like to do is to always encourage people to learn from those in the industry. Our occupations these days require people to hear and learn, and sometimes it's not so easy to do it when they are already working with you. So today we have a wonderful opportunity to hear from our guests what they do and how the world is changing, especially the HR world is changing in relation to this new digital age. So we take this opportunity really to thank everyone for joining us and also sharing the knowledge with us this morning. I'm going to do that, and at the end, we're just going to have the office manager, Vivian Okoya, who's going to then do a final vote of thanks and also just an exchange of pleasantries. And we hope to wrap up this session hopefully at 12:30 our local time. We keep to my promise and ask my speakers to introduce themselves briefly, and then we can then take on the questions as we'd like to know. I hope the electricity does this and comes back in a minute. And it doesn't say that I must stop. You must let me know if I must stop. I must stop, right? Okay, you're open to using your superpowers. Right? You need to make sure power and using superpowers to keep us going. Alright, thanks for making sure that that happens. Maybe I should start that side. You have a mic with me. There's about several mics pass. Okay, so you can pass on the mics. Let's start that side, and then you can pass on the mics.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, Kelvin. I'm sure I didn't have my Very good. I think very good. So thanks. And, after me, I'm a head of an culture and border Africa. So then, let's make sure that technology so show that information. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Tinubu. I work in the Economy of Nigeria Limited. I carry the government resources, the technology readiness solutions company. We find and anything.
Hello. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Oluwaseun Bukoya. Charles Oluwaseun Bukoya. I work with Igenex Nigeria Division, Chief Technology Architect, and I head research and system platform. So IDNX is a multi-service provider. We are best for a wide area of connectivity. Now we serve just about everybody, residential, corporate, and other areas, and of course government. Thank you.
Charles?
Hello, good morning. My name is Mary Abu. I'm the Vice President, People Engagement and Administration for Coda. Coda is an e-commerce platform where we sell basically everything. As a group, we also have one of our subsidiaries, which is the Coda the payment system as well. Um, Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning once again. My name is Anne Timidara. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at ASECO, Software Nigeria Limited. ASECO is a technology company and a member of the ASECO group. We are into various technology services and solutions, as well as UAV and GIS. Thank you. We sell nearly everything apart from human head.
Okay. All right. Yeah, good. We have to define everything. Okay, let's do maybe let's start with you more back there, and if you can match plan for us just a seed about what's going on in terms of digital transformation and human resources. What is the context that we're dealing with? You know, sometimes we like to focus on internal matters, and we worried about whether recruitment is going to take place or whether this technology or this data analytic tool is going to work for us or not. And we get bogged down on some of those nitty-gritties. So of how we do capacity development and whether learning should be online or not. What is the context right now? As well as Nigeria, what is the context that we're actually dealing with? What are we faced with?
Thank you very much. I think that's an awesome question. Just like you rightly said, the human resource space is changing. Whether we like it or not, we need to quick up for the changes. And with the advent of technology and digital transformation, a lot of changes have come into play for the HR personnel or professional. Now, specifically in terms of recruitment, we can see the adoption of a lot of automation for them carrying out their job. Prior to now, there was a lot of manual effort for HR personnel or professionals to recruit. It's kind of laborious and it's time consuming. Now you have automated platforms to help them simplify what they do. Because of digital transformation and a lot of programs of transformation as well, HR personnel also need to develop digital skills, digital ICT skills that will help them now or assist them to improve the services that they render. It is also cuts across them having a lot of greater emphasis on diversity, inclusion, and equity, for example. There's also a lot of AI and automation, just like I've mentioned before. So all of this is helping them, digital of course, helping them to transform how they deliver their services as HR professionals.
So You seem it quite positive here, so right now. It sounds like it's all positive.
I try to focus on what's good.
Right? Let's hear what Mary has to say about, because I understand that the other people might be anxious of all of these things that you just said. Right? So what should we be anxious about? Before we let out those positive, wonderful things, are there things that we should be anxious about because we are in the age of space and we are expected to be aligned with everything? Is there anything that we should be anxious about?
Okay, I would say change management. So, as we're the HR people are becoming more digitalized, to enhance operational efficiency. The question is, how are employees taking it? How many of them have the technical know-how or the skill to adapt? So you're trying to recruit for your team. For example, you want to pick out employees that are vast, and very knowledgeable with the use of technology. And that's not as the rate is not as high, unfortunately. So you're having to go through a pool of people to find the right skills that can help drive this technology. That's one. Another thing I think we should be honest about is privacy and security. So with technology, with data forms, that aspect where you need to be sure that you are compliant with the NDPR, because that's really huge. And I think Nigeria in particular is big on data protection. So I think these two things are what we should be anxious about.
And I guess what Elon Musk and them now are taking each other to court for, right? And pulling out of court because of those things, right? Use of information. Charles, what is your initial input on this topic? The future of human resources in the digital age, in ICT and Fintech sector. What are your initial thoughts?
I think we should understand that change is inevitable. That the only thing that is constant is change. So we have to realize that we cannot afford to be left out or left behind or allow ourselves to fall back. The world is moving on, adopting new technologies, new practices. And if we do not make the effort now to keep abreast with that rate of development, at some point we will not be able to catch up anymore. So it is really about the bracing for the challenge, understanding that there's some learning to do, understanding that as rapid as the evolution is, it will not pause or stop for us to catch up. We will have to push ourselves. Right? And that would be my overall for rapid change. And organize, arrange, make the necessary adjustments that need to be made to be able to.
Okay, so change a key words and then change has to be managed. I hope there are AI tools that will help us manage the change.
There are tools for everything.
I'll come back to that one. Tools for everything. Right? I'm sure HR people are wondering on some of them for you out there. When there's a tool for everything, why am I still necessary? But let's think about changing it. Tell me what has been your concern so far with this new transition, this old transition? What's been your concern and what have you done about it? Especially from just your role and your position.
Thank you so much. When it comes to digital transformation, we could see what is happening. Perhaps this time it was at a very slow pace, we're gradually seeing it applying. The advent of COVID, brought everything to be brought to kind of like in transformation to happen rapidly, and that rapid change is still ongoing. concern now is the ability to get people to use access. As we're settling down in an area of technology, the next one is open door. To grade whatever evolution you will see, and it's changing the so high. Now the we trying to get people to go that is education and to go. So currently, as we are getting that education, the technology is changing. So the ability for people to know advanced, I love what you said about change management. So prepare the mind of people to move at the speed. Innovation is highly innovative, highly anticipated, and once you remain at the core of the computer, remember. So you know that as you are getting on to this level and to the next level, you can see what is happening now, where AI is taking us. I was speaking with you there, and we're talking about robotics, AI, the usefulness of the mind is one of those things. It's actually here, just press a button and you see a lot happening. So these are the concerns. The question is just anything about advocacy, 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 advocacy. While organizations plan a lot of training, you also have people to personally develop themselves. So training is key, learning, unlearning, and refreshing is very important. Thank you.
Is listening to this, let's part of the bigger context. And is there anything that we really have? I mean, other politics, is the socioeconomic status of the country right now, and lending itself for this kind of transformation? Or other politics, the one you're making, sometimes you play politics or everything on politics, right? So when you look at this change and you look at within this particular sector, are you finding that, or is there anything outside that's in your socio-economic political context that you might be thinking about? That what is people about the transition? Is there anything in that space on the context or not? Or is everything to a great extent, its context very much your internal issues that you worried about?
In continuing from where all the speakers have said, I think the last time we were in this forum was 2019, and in this meeting, and then we're speaking about the future of sector. And I and the other panelists were saying that the future digital transformation in which we're looking at 10 years in Nigeria and 15 years. And this happened around November. And guess what? March 2023. It forced us into it. And I was laughing at myself and I was like, look, few months down the line, we were talking about this and we're looking at 10 years, 15 years. So this is going to show that change management is very important. Like, okay, I can remember when I was trying to deploy the system in my organization, and people were finding it very difficult. People see that the millennials too were finding it difficult, but the Gen Z was quite for them to grab, and then the other ones, the baby boomers, was quite difficult for them. Now, considering the social economy, the political, I think the organizations are making it, especially in the industry, so people to settle in, be able to deploy those systems and use them. Like she rightly said, upskilling is very important. For me, if I'm looking at hiring an employee, I'm looking at employee with the right skills. I'm not looking for, aside culture, I'm looking for someone who will make my work For example, if I'm hiring, I get people and program organization, and if I'm hiring an HR officer or talent manager, I would be looking for somebody who can deploy this initiative, technology initiative. So I would say the economic situation contributing to us utilizing the digital transformation in HR. The economic situation is also making it difficult because also because you see that the prices of things are skyrocketing. Take for example, a system that we use and the HRMS that we use. One year ago, it was got for less now. Now we are getting it for double. And we are going to review it November, but then for double what we use in last year. So my organization can come down and say we don't think that we can afford this any longer, and then we'll have to have another. So the economic actually fight me to thank you.
So you make me laugh. Sometimes you have to be mindful of what you're doing. You know, Charles said there's a children program. And part of the challenge of that economy is since March 2020 is that not everybody now was allowed to the office because of the pandemic, right? So what have been the developments? What tools are there? What have people used to pass on? What tools have people used now to manage this? And is it working? By the way, you know, recently here, a lot of those American companies, when they do a little bit of research and say everybody must come back, and then the rest of the world must do exactly the same. People must come back to the offices now. What has been the developments? What are the tools for you? What have been the developments, particularly in Nigeria and in experience across the world about this working from home kind of situation? Is it working or not working?
So 2 questions. Number 1, there are tools for everything. Are you aware of them? When you're aware of them, can you afford them? Right? So that's the point he made. And so it's not the unavailability of the tool. Some places, and even when we do know, we can't afford them because we have this business who are denominated in US dollars. You look at dividing by 1,000 or something, you're like, do we really need this? If we can do it the whole way, you know, if you used to walk back then, you know, it's something those people knew, right? The truth of the matter is, if you can afford those tools, they will help your work because you do things faster, you leverage best practices that built into those tools, right? That you may not be directly aware of. But again, it's really about affordability. So awareness and affordability. But the tool there for everything. Look at it this way: there are startups every single day in all domains, right? There's subject matter expertise into systems, into software systems and platforms. So if you look hard enough, you will find something for whatever it is you want to do. You are for. So that is the working from home. I find it very interesting. So pre-COVID, I used to work from home officially. I was the breakthrough. I was the one who would work from home because I'm like, wait, let me get something clear. When I joined, I was assigned the laptop. I take the laptop home. I work from home. And then I pack up the laptop in the morning. I come to the office, I open it up, and I work from the office. Then I close. I work from home. Rather means repeat. So why am I doing the journey? I mean, no, you work in the office. There's something about being in the office. I see them. And so we came and they're like, okay, that's enough about being in the office. How about now? So we all work from the office from home during COVID, during the lockdown. So in my organization, since we got back, it's been hybrid all the way, right? You are able to work from home as much as affect your output, your performance, right? If you have things like group meetings or things like that, you come in. And of course, everyone who works from home must buy in of the supervisor or manager. So you'll be sure that the work is getting done. Because really, it's not about being in the office, right? I'd rather you're comfortable in your house if you have the means to work from home and you're productive than you're at the office, you have to be in traffic for 3 hours, and then you can't do a full day's job because you want to be early because you want to beat traffic and there's all that anxiety. Let's take that out. It's not necessary when we carrying it. So I think we should allow ourselves to be flexible and focus on what is the performance, what is the output, what is the deliverable, as opposed to where are you working from. If you work on the Bahamas, if that's what gets the job done. Okay.
Guys, do you agree? Has it been okay? Let's get to the okay. Maybe you can start. Let's see if you can take on and then.
All right. So remote work. Remote work has advantages. Remote work has its advantages and also disadvantages. It now depends on your people, and then your team is then able to deploy strategic HR initiatives to ensure that the productivity is coming out from remote work. Like I mentioned earlier, when we're used to remote work, I think at the time when COVID, I think I like the organization. You said you remember, so it wasn't like you were. So I only knew of one organization at the time that was spending that was had flexible work arrangement. And right now in my organization we're working remote, not fully remote, so we have 3 on-site weeks and we're working remotely. And I was having a first check with members of my team, and I was asking them what exactly about the organization would want to make. And a lot of people mentioned the hybrid work mode. Get that people are, for example, myself, I'm a lot of productive when I'm working from home. And a lot of by nature of the office that you do, you get to see a lot of nuances coming to you on a day. And you realize that you have something to do. And you end up seeing that you look back to out of the field. But if you're working from home, there are no distractions and you're working at your work. But secondly, I think that remote work has shifted the performance metrics away from the hours of work now to output and results. So now people are more focused on one organization I worked for, they were more interested in the number of hours that you put in. And I was of the opinion that the number of hours that you put in is not really important. What is most important is as the deliverables have they been subject, have they done, and they want to done well. So the outcomes have worked. I think the removal has helped a lot. Now, talking about the dynamics of the change of work, you get to see that employee well-being is more critical now. You get to see people, especially people that work with Gen Z, I work with Gen Z. So you get to see that a lot of Gen Z will call in that they have mental breakdown and they're not able to come to work. So we get to see a lot of people delivering, yes, they are. So if they are delivering and they are not able to come to work on the days that they are supposed to be on site, then that's fine by me. As far as the deliverables and they're performing at optimum and then they're sorting out their deliverables, fine by me. But the disadvantage to this is if you do not have a well-structured remote work process and then the performance management not implemented, you'll get to see that people are hiding under the shadows of the other. You get to see that it's more a team effort than an individual effort. So you make sure that each member of the team have their daily deliverables and have their weekly deliverables, I'm sure you will be able to get success out of this. Another point is one thing I try to do with my team is have one-on-one sessions with my team. We have stand-up sessions 3 times every week. So to check we're going to do this on Monday. where are we now on Wednesday, and how far have we gone on Friday. So all of adds up to making it work. I am pro remote working.
Like Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, no, I guess some of us would say it's finishes every on Monday or Monday to Friday, 3 times a week. Okay, so you wanted to contribute.
Yeah, I think Kevin has hijacked all my points. But I'd just like to emphasize, though, I mean, great stuff they've all said. But he mentioned the remote work policy. At my place, we call it hybrid policy because that's what we operate. Hybrid policy. So we have a mix of, days you come to work and days you're allowed to work from home. And that is very strict, very strict. And the reason that is we also needed to take into cognizance different business functions, right? In an organization, we're a technology company, um, heavily heavy on support, technical support to our clients. While those services may be performed remotely, there are times they need to visit customers. And what I've found over time is just because you say today is your work from home, if a client requires physical visit, it is that should be the front that should come to the front burner. So you don't tell me, oh, today is my work from home. Like, okay, so my client is suffering, so you need to make yourself available. So all of that had to be fully spelled out in the hybrid policy. Now, Monday, Tuesday was public holiday. I can assure you somebody's not going to come to work today. You know, so and they would tell me, oh, it's work from home. Like you already had 2 days, but those are some of the things we do. I think that there has to be a blend to it, like everything else in life. It is good. I like hybrid. There are days I think I function better at home, and there are days you still need to interface with people. And I think that's really key. The mental health thing is, yeah, the Gen Z, but I think we the millennials took it for granted, but it affects us too. So there are times you just need a break. I am more effective around 4 p.m. But if I'm in the office, I'm exhausted with meetings and stuff like that, right? So it's a blend for me. So you just need to find what works for the business and what works for the people. Then just align them.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It has too much. And maybe because we spoke compliance, like I hope maybe we might come back to just what are the compliance issues? Because now I hear people, our computers and laptops and our phones have to be, almost, you use the old terminology, bad. So we cannot do certain things and we can only do certain things. And monitor the number of hours that I was actually there, how many times I was actually just on YouTube and not necessarily doing work. Because there's tools, tells us there's tools for everything. I can give you tools to go home and work from home in a hybrid model, but I also can give you tools to monitor you and to actually make sure that you work, right? But all of you seem to agree so far that actually the key thing is about the outcomes. But not all organizations are still there. Some people and supervisors, some of them, they tell you that team dynamic is more important than all of that. I see you want to go.
Again, she talked about business function. So with Conga, because it's an e-commerce organization, yes, heavily technological driven, but then you have the warehouse. There's no way to do because the food in the warehouse are physical and they have to be there. The logistics they have to be there. So it's really business functional. But one important thing that I was looking forward to hearing was, when we say Gen Zs, we allow people, remotely or hybrid, however you want to operate it, and then you get some interesting excuse. I'll give you a typical example. I had an employee who was supposed to give us something in the morning or the following day. And I said, why don't you just do it this evening since you're already in the office? I said, no, I'll just relax, I'll get it done, don't worry. So she actually intended to get it done. She gets home, no light. She was hoping to rely on her generator. For some reason, something just went wrong. She couldn't come on. She missed the deadline. And I was really upset. So the thing is, we need to also, and those are the things that we need to think about when creating these costs. We have situations where we say, if for any reason you cannot get the document, please come back to the office. And if for any reason we can't reach you during those hours, we will have to instruct you to come back to the office. Because imagine you call someone for an important, unplanned deliverable, and you're supposed to be working from home, and you're getting Oshodi on the road, or you're getting market. How can you really tell that you're home? How can you really tell you're not distracted? For some people, they may not be distracted. For some people, imagine a woman who has a children who are on, trying to also double that. So it's really the policy that will guide you to know how to checkmate those um, exceptions that would prevent or that would be detrimental to the result.
So it is unique to situations, and we need to think about our workplace. What do we do? What kind of work? But we have to be flexible enough, as you say. There's some situations where you have to come back, and also our context. If I'm at home and things are not working at home, then I must actually just be ready to come back. And that's what, again, supervisors, managers need to also understand that it may be better, may be much more productive when I'm at home. I think Kelvin made the point. Maybe much better, but rather than look for something to be here, maybe much better there, and therefore give me an opportunity to work there and see what happens. And if all of these things work, then the hybrid model, use of the technologies that we have, should work for all of us. What has been the development in the training space? Let me go to Chile. In the training and development, has there been anything that has struck as new that AI or ICT brought to training and development? Let's take the whole chain of training. I don't know. I know there's a lot in recruitment. Like the tools are there in recruitment.
Yeah.
But let me start with the training space. Is there stuff that in training space that you think we should be letting on, or people who are listening and saying, well, these are some of the new things that are happening in training.
What we have to do is that a lot
You don't need soul.
we have the issue of AI, artificial intelligence, and all of that. That is providing a lot of information. And we also have areas of data analytics, and all of that. So the issue of the digitization is providing a lot of, we have a lot of data, perhaps this time that is everywhere. But now the data analytics help us to gather those information and plan our training appropriately. You have training specific to individual needs. Because you can able to gather the data. Artificial intelligence is also helping a lot of keeping that decision. You have tools that, let's for an example, performance management. You are able to get trained over time. What has happened? What is this person's performance trend in the past 3 months? So when you look at that trend, you see areas of strength of the individual. You see the area that there was. So in training that person, you are focusing on those areas of that. You are able to also ascertain where the person is going to. If you actually the right place in the right goal. So at the end of the day, there is an alignment. Don't forget, in all of everything, the business focus is key. Where does the business work? Where is the business oriented? So when you now have all those things, you now also find out if this person fits for our purpose or more. So the AI and the data analytics helps you. You're able to, with data, you're able to get the personality of the individual. You have to take the time. It's a matter of, at the company stage, the person has filled a lot of forms. Okay, usually people take you time to process because the algorithm is not what you're looking for. You're able to put it and you're able to highlight. You now have trainings that are tailored to individuals. You are not just coming on board. This is my network support. The method that among us team, some of them already have those trainings. I'm talking about ICT and also as we do that. I think the ICT, they are different. I need you to go back to the hybrid world. Control that you need to control.
The individualized training. Is it still I mean, we really got to the point where this is really, where we use these tools to really individualize the training, make it feel like this is me, it's based on my analysis, it's based on what the company needs, the things I need to learn, and therefore this training is dedicated. You know, is it happening or is it still pure? Because I still don't get a sense that we implement it. Just briefly, is it happening or not?
It's the right thing to do.
But is it happening?
It's happening. Yes, some organizations are already taking advantage of that. Because at the end of the day, when you are not giving me one iron, you are helping me to take the responsibility. So hold in your application.
Everyone takes it to the practical example is how it's working. And then Charles, when we come back there, I also want to know whether this big data is good. Have we taken advantage? Has HR taken advantage of using big data? Big data analytics. Or are we still very much traditional? But we claim to be. Because those are two different things, right? And you spoke about this as 4 years ago, but before we were talking about and things just happened then. Now, my one is that are we still at a theoretical level or practical level? But you want to add that part first and then.
All right. So to add to what you have, so for my organization, we're in the IT space and we're in the system integration. So what we do, we create so while partners with Microsoft, and then we also have our own solution. Now, so what we also do, we are launching a program next month, and it's called New Intent Program. And one of them is we're using our own platform. It's called the Q Central. Now, what we have, what we decided to do with that Q Central is that the intent, though they will have practical knowledge, but they're also going to have training, and those trainings are with protect support. Now, in deciding if training, if individualized training actually works, there's also another initiative that we're doing in our succession planning, and that is we did a area management framework where we have to track special career management of another and see what specific training they need. And we did this in line with them. So what we were doing was had conversation with them and knew what their career was or what they want their career track to. And so we personalized training for each level. So in saying how we doing, there are organizations that are trying to make things happen. There are organizations that now from that what is it's manpower, you need manpower, you also need the resources. Maybe don't come. I know how much we're spending on that element platform. And what for us to not you are telling it to organizations who are also implementing it. I also think we're going to have virtual training that we can also do. I think organizations are making some sense. Another thing is in trying to create talent, most organizations are in. So you can see that if you're seeing this organization making grants as regards technology, you also want to be in an organization that is using manual. For me, it's quite an important offer. I have to look at what is your value proposition and what exactly is available in your solution. So I think practically, people are practicing it, but is it sustainable? No. It's also now the question of organizations are dedicated to making sure that the you know have people
with data analytics, it is a story that you don't know practically. What's your experience? Just overall in terms of companies, what are they using these tools? Or are they just saying it's expensive and still using it sufficiently?
And big and have a variety of definitions because it really is about how many different things you're plugging into. It's about the mix of structure, and your ability to relate on all those different sources. So if the means to do all that exist, yes, it can give very valuable and provide you deep insights into how operations are working, how people are working, how people are working within their teams. Right? It's not easy. The tools exist, they're not cheap. Right? But I'll call a few examples and I'll look at the really big organizations, metas of this world, right? That over the last couple of years that people go. But operations have been falling apart. How are they able to do that? How are they able to reduce the number of people that are working with the organization, but if the deficit of them results? Maybe something to work that. Was it Elon? Elon brought out the Twitter and said that some people should take more money back. That they even overpaid them, right? And everyone was like, "Oh, Elon, terrible manager. Look at it. Twitter paid him of $1,000 in a few months, etc." Still there. It's actually going to get better as it gets stronger because it has intent on what you want to speak of X, right? So the thing is, if you have the means, the resources, the know-how, and the finances to make it work, yes.
What are you like? What are you anticipating in this space? And also, what is it that your company creates in that space? So, whatever that you sell, what is the future look like, right? Just give us insight into what the and maybe what is it that we should be talking to you about. But then when we hear there's people in the room and also online. If there's a question online, I have next 15 minutes just to 15 questions. And even online. Okay, your handwriting is excellent. Do you have a mic? Can somebody get somebody? Because your handwriting is so excellent. I'll give you a chance. There's a lot of online question. It's directly to anyone who's
will AI ever make HR redundant in the future, or is it a safe space?
I definitely don't think so. I mean, just like we thought entry the millennium will kill all of us, we're still here. Just like any other tool, which there are a lot of it, it would enhance their services and operation. I don't think it will make them redundant. I think one key word that we missed is what it has done for the HR professional is to make them more agile and adaptable. So it's definitely not going to make them redundant. It is here to stay, and like everything else, it has a downside, but when it will improve their services or delivery. I wanted to ask some people what you said.
Well, one of those who still wants to put a stamp on every single piece of paper and have a pie in front of you. You should be worried, right? And that's not what HR is. Okay.
So there's one thing I always tell my staff that work with me, and I always say, AI will not take your job, but it will take the job of people who do not know how to do it. That's exactly what it is. Okay.
So, right? AI will take the jobs of people who don't. As in the room, you have any questions? You have to engage. You get your last chance to engage. Any questions? Any comments on today? They said anything from March or something that's sensitive. I don't know what you know. Anything? Okay, let's go back to what is the teaching? So when you start those defining, I don't know.
Okay. Let me just touch on the compliance. I think Mary, I guess, mentioned data privacy and security because it's huge. Now, with the advent of AI, you're getting information or data from various sources. So it means that from an organization's point of view, you really must put compliance at the front corner. Now, we're talking about compliance. We're also talking about there's a piece of cybersecurity resilience that you must also, you know, be considerate, take into consideration. Now, as an organization, I think as it relates to HR professionals, they must, cultivate the culture of compliance. It has to be a culture, organizational wide thing. Like, how is our organization complying with various needs across different sectors, right? So I think that's that. But in terms of the future of digital transformation, right? That's the question, right? As pertains to my company. I think technology, digital transformation has come to stay. One key thing that I don't see going anywhere soon is the flexible work arrangement. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Now, not because, COVID had a lot of influence and impacts on it. I think the advent of our Gen Zs too is affecting this movement, I would say. Now, but I think in terms of employer-employee relationship, back in the days, as an employer, you have terms and you offer an employee a job. So the person usually will take it or leave it. Now, people will take your offer. No, let me think about it. You do this, you do flexible work arrangements, you have a sleeping bed, in your office. So it's everybody's coming to the table, and that really has to do with businesses being agile and flexible. So it's not going to be take it or leave it that time in the past. And another thing is because of this digital transformation, we now have diverse hires. Back in the days, recruitment process was manual. There could be some potential buyers, maybe your preferring male to female, pay gap and stuff like that. But because you have tools that are able to give you clear insight, marrying skill sets with job descriptions. So you're able to employ more people. The person might be handicapped, for example, as long as they have the skills. So I think that affects on diverse hires, as well as diversity and inclusion and equity. I think that is also a
Big points into this. And maybe then we'll do a pencil. It may be another issue, but whether skills and qualifications. Because we realize that what should we be worried about? I mean, should we have as organizations still be held up about qualifications? Is it the skill that we're looking for? What right now in this day and age, which skills should people be focusing on so that they don't become redundant themselves? We need to keep on guidance those who are in the workplace. It is about retention. So I guess our responsibility internal would be on how to retain them and afford them those skill sets, right? But big points that you raised. Your cutting short and what you see in the future.
Okay. In the future, what you would see is, because we already see it now, but it's going to increase in the future. Just like you said, it would be applicants being more demanding. So when we're talking about employees on learning and relearning, the organization itself also has to start on learning and relearning because we have computers. And what you're not going to offer an applicant, somebody else will offer the applicant. And even the people you have inside, if you still retain the don't find your now people don't even have to apply for jobs. People are they're just on their own, and then you see emails on your LinkedIn telling you, oh, they have a physical offer, your profile looks like the perfect one. They don't need to go look for jobs anymore. People sit in the confines of their home and work in the United States. So we need to be very creative. HR and managers need to start with quick thinking being unique in their offers as well, and understanding that one size cannot fit all.
So people, now that I have a choice of doing the beach and working beach and with my laptop, you as my manager or my HR professional or my supervisor must not think that I'm bound to you anymore, because we are all almost citizens of the universe, right? So all of us who are employers and thinking that all these people belong to me because I did this and I did that for them. What you're saying is we must be careful. That is going away because I can work from home. If you're not hybrid, think about it, I can work from home. If you're going to insist on your policies for being at work all the time, I have options. And therefore, are you willing to use me if you're not just into this particular development? Interesting. Thank you so much. So,
Thank you. There are two types of work. One side has to be done from a specific location. So let me give the example of logistics and warehouse, maybe admin in a lot of organizations. Then they are the rest, not the focus. They have to reflect, right? My knowledge, my abilities are usable elsewhere with very little barriers for that switch. Right. I just need to put in a letter of resignation here as I accept the offer there. I'm going to do something for you. Only that happens that quickly. You want to build systems with knowledge within the organization. You want to be sure about the documentation. So everything. In fact, double, triple document. Have the document levels of documentation. You can't count on anyone to loyal, anyone can give at anything. They're not being disloyal or another way. They're being loyal to their employers. Right? So gone are the days where people like me are working in an organization for my entire work. Anymore. 2 3 years, they move on to the next one. Right? 1 year. Thank you very much. So that's it. Right? So organizations that want to survive must know how to retain within the system so that you can, even if you don't have an opportunity to brief the person who is leaving, you have a lot of knowledge and you can start the new person very quickly. Because if you give him if you take 1 year to bring him up to speed, if he's a month 11, he basically a trainer. Right? So knowledge capture, knowledge management, and possibility.
I guess your onboarding process to be much quicker. Right?
Oh yes.
Because now they
You don't have forever.
don't have forever.
No, you don't.
So there's still a company that don't onboard forever.
You don't have forever. You don't have forever. And if I may add to that, there are two types of knowledge. Again, I work in the knowledge industry. I work with knowledge workers almost exclusively, right? They what we call the generic level of knowledge. And then there's one that's specific to the organization. So I'm a network engineer. I learned TCP, IP, and a bunch of things. I can do that anywhere. I can learn that anywhere. So when you go to IT and executive, the particular way we use that. Now that's what you need to start that person on. Because the person is coming from somewhere else, he or she understands their particular way of using that generic knowledge, right? But then you now have to bring them around. Oh, this is how we do it here. Now, the longer it takes for that person to understand it, the longer it takes for that person to be relevant like this, to give up. And the more confident the person will be. Look, the system is so weird and I'm done. I don't know why I'm never going to learn this. So again, that process has to be very, 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 very optimized.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, one of the things is it's going to be about succession. Because if we move that fast and we document and we put systems in place, but we have somebody who can take in who's internal. So if for those companies that have not thought of succession in a serious way, this might be most critical because then you don't have people staying for that long anymore because you the partitions.
Thank you so much. And a lot of happen. And when we are talking about succession plan, you have to have your plan 3, 4, 5 steps down the line, because the rate at which talent move and the issue of globalization, we all agree that the definition of workplace has changed. It's no longer an office. Anywhere, in Africa, you have your laptop, you have your network, you can connect to the office, your office network, you put your work. So that also means that if you're in Nigeria, you're working in US. You're working in US, for the CEO, you know that you don't even have vacation any longer. While you are vacationing abroad, you are attending to meetings in Nigeria. There are tools to do all of that. Example, what we are having now, the session is online. People are participating virtually in the session. So for organizations like mine, that is an IT organization, ICT, a telecommunication organization, it is not about what the partner is focusing on. So when you are engaging people, you are not looking at the number of years the person is going to spend. You are looking at the value you are going to derive from that person within a specific period of time. So, and to be honest, the young ones are not looking at doing at this stage. They're not going to apply for things. Even career. This guy is a software person today. Tomorrow he's looking at becoming a network person. In an IT space where I am, you have people transition from one department to the other. On their own, they will develop themselves and tell you, I'm sorry, madam, I think I'm more interested in software. I'm more interested in programming. Okay, is there an opportunity for me in software where I can do programming? You don't want for that person to achieve that thing, otherwise you're losing. So, and more is happening fast. Organizations that are not yet accepted the fresh to wake up. They better wake up, because everything is becoming. We go abroad and we see a lot happening. We are moving, and that's going to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's a fair one. It's a fair one to organizations and individuals. I mean, as we're talking, I was thinking, sure, if you want those parents today to advise your child, what is that? you know, what is that? With the complexity that you just stated.
Learn how to learn.
That's it.
Learn how to learn. Because you find things that we don't know of yet that may show up 10, 5 years from now, and you have to now be able to make them with it. Like you said, people are moving careers on their own. So learn how to learn. I think that would be the advice to give every child.
Learn how to learn. Competition.
All right. So I think one area that is moving quite fast and organizations are not really launching to actually telling their story and that employer value proposition. So for us in my organization, what we started to do was we discovered that I will have the case of somebody resigning just last week and giving me a week's notice when the contract is supposed to be a month, and they will still the month salary for that. Now, so one thing we decided to do, and now that was a big stuff for us. So everything everybody has said is quite important. As an HR professional, you have to think about the business and then the people, and then you come into the middle. So what we decided to do was that people is a very integral part of our business. And so what we decided to do, what are those things that are unique to us? We decided to go around our employees and ask, so what are the things about us that we know? And we discovered that because we pay particular attention to mental health, we pay particular attention to, for example, you're a model, and we'd like to do modeling for leisure, and we created a culture of the open. You can be a model and actually engage our professionals. So you can do modeling at any point in time you want to do it, and then do HR. So what we decided to do was allow, so if you have maybe sessions that you need to go for, we allow you to go for them, but productivity will go. Now, setting our employee value proposition, we decided for our employees to tell their story. So if you go to our website, you discover that things that are unique to us, our employees are talking about them. And so it's helping us to attract people and also think. Another point that they mentioned was, are you moving fast with the what I think maybe was one I mentioned, what other organizations are doing. So this organization is flexible with their work arrangement. I've mentioned it again, I think Sterling Bank, because most of the initiatives that I got them from Sterling Bank, because I discovered that even before COVID even happened, there were implementing lots of these initiatives. So I think HR professionals need to look at what is happening, what the dynamics of work now, and then try to implement it. You also now have to manage change. Change management is very, very key, because I know when I was deploying the solution, I know how the people work. I know one person too, I was just last week, but the person decided to start using that more, and that's because she was going on. So it's like, because I can see these things are not doing and then they're struggling. So the more we hammer on this, the more we ensure that our employees are utilizing these tools, then the better for thinking.
Thank you so much. Sorry, let me just add one thing. In terms of seeing what other people are doing and trying to do that, it is very, very important that you also do your things that are doing one time money and do your thing. So you put things that you can things that work for your own business environment. And so that's importantly define your objective, what I want, your intention, and have that clearly stated. Okay. Let people show us that we need to compliance because we might not exist if we continue to do it. I think from what we heard this morning, it's been great. This huge, I think, many points that I picked up myself, and I really want to take the opportunity to do. It may have been a short, very short session of the webinar, but if people were listening carefully like I was, I think there's a lot to learn. There's so much that came out of this session. I think you guys have demonstrated the ability of HR to stay relevant. It's a strategic partner in business and it remains relevant. People are central to all organizations. Whatever technology we bring, it's the people who are going to actually leverage those technologies for them to actually have those businesses sustained or grow or even be better as startups. And I think I like the fact that from an HR perspective, one of those things we do about training and development reminds them to utilize the mandate that you have to keep it. It doesn't stop, and part of the change management is training to them and then the units. And whatever either of our life we're going to go to, if we lose the ability to learn, then we will not be able to adapt. And I think that's so key. For us, particularly as a training institution, we need to look at these things. What is it globalized for techniques? That's it anywhere. We can work anywhere, anyhow, and we have to respond to the needs of the world, poverty, war right now. All of those things that are facing us, democracies that are at risk. And we need to be able to say that our countries going to survive some of these things. What if the world shut down again because of this particular war that's happening X, Y, and Z? What if oil does not pass through that particular shutdown? And we need to be ready to as HR practitioners, to engage with the world. But also the ICT space becomes critical because now they can give us the truth. And somebody said, you guys have been developed every minute, right? people are sitting out there coming up with solutions. You look at a problem, you come up with a solution. And that's what we need to be teaching as well. Well, this is how you become millionaires and billionaires. Find solutions with in today's HAR, right? And in terms of how to do this. So I truly, truly appreciate your efforts and your contributions. And there's online and those who are in the room let's take this opportunity. If you may, I know you're not too many, but a good round of applause will be appropriate. Vivian, the manager who runs this office of Genesis Nigeria, to do a lot of things and also just share some presentations with our guests. Thank you very much. Are you there? You need your gifts around here, or right? Something gifts sorry.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. I just want to say a big thank you to our esteemed panel of speakers and our attendees who are here today. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. I know we're taking out some of your time out of your busy day, and we appreciate. Thank you. I believe each and every one of us here have learned something new. I have learned as well, because I know that the future of HR is huge. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Just to also let you know, I don't know if some of us here already know about Regenesis Business School. I'm sure you have, but I'll just be brief. We are Regenesis Business School is a South African business school. We've been in operations here in Nigeria for over 10 years, in South Africa and globally 25 years. And so we've gotten branches in India, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, United States, and we're about opening office in the UK. So we've grown phenomenally. And our offerings are centered in different areas. So I'll say academic programs. We run academic programs, we run executive education programs. We run digital programs, so the likes of cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, AI. Yes, we do all of that. And then we also run other programs in soft skills and functional skills. And all these programs can be customized, okay? We also have them virtually, can be done hybrid, mixed, blend, whichever one that suits our clients. Just so you know, we also have a school of law, right? A school of technology. We have the Ed for All. We have the corporate education arm, which is what you're doing here. Seated is the corporate education business of Regenesis Business School in Nigeria. We also run the School of Accounting Accounting Science, the School of Finance, Public Management as well, and there's so many. So Regenesis is a group. We're huge, and like I said, we've been here 25 years, and we want to see how we can create an impact here in Nigeria. So please, if you have any questions and you want to know more about us, reach out to me or my colleagues. Thank you very much, and welcome again. Thank you. We have here something for the speaker.
She's the boss. By the way, I'm the best. So thank you so much. Let's appreciate that and up in a whole. Thank you so much. Thanks, Vivian. Guys, thank you. And we must grow with us as we grow in Nigeria. Grow with us, right? And you will soon be proud of what we're going to do across the world. We're saying that we must not always take education from the West. We must also take Africa's education to the world, right? And that's what you set out to do. So please do your partnerships with us wherever possible, and let's do this. Vivian and the team here have refreshments that are there for everyone. Please join us for refreshments. So for those of you online, thank you for joining. It's a wrap. Thank you.